It's easy to be busy, but how is your relationship with yourself? Welcome back to Aaron's Daily Thoughts. My name is Aaron Finley, and today's subject is slow down. It's so easy to be busy in this modern day and age. And I found this in my own life that it's really easy to have a really long to-do list. But simply accomplishing tasks, simply getting things done isn't what brings true joy and happiness. Happiness comes from relationships, and a relationship I don't think we think of as often as maybe we should is a relationship with ourselves. You know, it's easy to see relationships with other people, and if those aren't good, then it will be harder to love yourself as well. But if you don't love yourself, it'll also be harder to love others. They support each other. You need to have a good relationship with yourself. When is the last time that you took time for yourself? That you took a walk in nature just thinking, or took some time to meditate, or practice mindfulness, being present in the moment, or really thinking about what drives you, about what your dreams are. When's the last time you really had a heart-to-heart with yourself? Reflection and pondering is really important. Giving time to yourself, taking care of yourself is just as important as taking care of other people. Because if you're not your best self, it will be so much harder to take care of others. So improve your relationship with yourself. One thing that you can do every day is take time to slow down. Purposefully set aside a time where you do nothing but ponder or think about your dreams. Take like 15 minutes a day. I want you to try this. Set aside in your schedule 15 minutes of downtime that you can take to get to know yourself better. Ponder how you're doing in life, what progress you've made, where you still want to go, and have a personal interview. I promise that is powerful. That's something I'm going to add in my schedule. And I was doing this pretty consistently a few months ago, and it was honestly life-changing. Because it allowed me to stop stressing about all the little tiny things I had to get done in my day, and it helped me to just take a step back, see my life the way it really was. Many of you may know I struggle with anxiety. That's such a common mental illness. And so I stew in thoughts. I stew in thoughts about what I wish I could have done or what I feel like I should be doing. But when I take that time, when I purposefully take the time to slow down, it helps me to refocus and to realize that life is not quite as scary as I thought it was. That's the topic. That's the purpose of this episode, is to tell you that slowing down is not a bad thing. Progress comes when you focus on the fundamentals, the essentials. It doesn't come by frantically trying to get every single thing done on your to-do list at once. It comes by slowing down, by thinking about where you are and where you want to go, by making small, manageable, but specific goals that stretch you just a tiny little bit. And then when you accomplish that goal, you celebrate, you move on to the next goal. And then you move on to the next one and the next one, and pretty soon, your growth will surprise you. And it's not an overnight thing. I think it's really easy to take a look at quote-unquote successful people who blew up overnight on YouTube or Instagram, whatever, social media, and say, success is all about just finding the right thing, and then you become a success overnight. But that's not really how it works. What you don't see is behind the scenes. What you don't see is all the preparation, everything that it took them to get as good as they are at what they do. Growth is gradual. It is one step at a time. So slowing down is not a bad thing. And growth, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, isn't always a straight line. I think often we picture a successful life as you start at this point and then it's just a straight hill upward. But in reality, it is up and down and up and down. And maybe you go super high, maybe you go super low, but you can learn so much from the lows. That is what makes stories powerful, is the hardships. Now going back to the topic, slowing down. Okay, so we need to focus on the fundamentals. Well, what are the fundamentals? The fundamentals are your relationships. Just like what I said. Your relationships with other people, your relationships with your family, your relationship with yourself. Nurturing those is essential to lasting joy. No matter what you do in life for your career or anything else, if you have good relationships, if you give, you will have joy. It is as simple as that. And people we see as successful, people who are, wealthy, and they're also happy, are people who give all the time. When you give, you tend to receive. Slow down. Take time each day to ponder where you are, where you want to go. Make a decision. And keep moving forward no matter what. Even if your steps feel like baby steps, even if they feel so small, progress is still progress. And sometimes progress is 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, 5 steps forward, 7 steps back. Just remember to take care of your relationships, including with yourself. Slow down. Focus on the essentials. Make goals. And keep moving forward. That's all for today. Stay inspired.